हेलो दोस्तों प्रसन्नजीत कौर जो कि जम्मू कश्मीर की रहने वाली है, जिसने यूपीएससी में रैंक 11 हासिल की। इसको जम्मू कश्मीर के बारे में कौन कौन से क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए यूपीएससी के मॉक इंटरव्यू में, तो वो क्वेश्चंस हम इस वीडियो में आपके लिए लाए हैं। तो उम्मीद करूंगा कि आपको इस वीडियो में बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगी जम्मू कश्मीर के बारे में। मैं चाहूंगा कि आप वीडियो को एंड तक देखते रहें। इसके अलावा वीडियो को लाइक भी करें और शेयर भी करें। तो आप देखिए कि कौन कौन से क्वेश्चंस प्रसन्नजीत को यूपीएससी के मॉक इंटरव्यू में पूछे गए जम्मू कश्मीर से रिलेटेड।
What do you mean by delimitation?
Sir, delimitation refers to the process in which the geographical identity of constituencies are designed for the elections into the legislature.
So, delimitation commission was set up in Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes, sir.
What are the broad recommendations of the delimitation commission?
Sir, very recently delimitation commission for Jammu Kashmir has put forward its recommendations. The very first recommendation is that there would be about 114 seats in our legislature. About 24 seats have been reserved for the POK region and rest for the Jammu and Kashmir. The second thing, sir, about 7 seats are reserved for the SC category and about 9 seats for the ST category. In addition to it, sir, there has been also a provision for the reservation of the Kashmiri Pandits. In addition to it, some of the constituencies have been renamed. For example, the area of North Kathua has been renamed as Jasrota. And the area of South Kathua has been renamed as Kathua only. And so these are the broad limitations.
Why 24 seats, as you have mentioned, have been kept earmarked for POK?
POK is and will always be an integral part of Jammu and Kashmir. Though for time being it has been under the control of Pakistan, but we always assure that those people are actually the people of India only and they are the citizens of India. That is why we have kept their due share in that.
Why? What is the rationale for keeping 2 seats separate for Kashmiri Pandits?
Sir, Kashmiri Pandits are the people who are belonging from the Saraswat Brahmin community. These people faced mass exodus from Jammu and Kashmir in 1990s. And now we have a provision for reservation to these people so that they can get adequately represented in the legislature and their voice should be better heard.
What is the constitutional basis for the delimitation?
Sir, in constitution, to the best of my knowledge, Article 82 provides for this delimitation.
Okay. Now let us talk something about Ladakh also. What are the issues Ladakh is facing and why?
Sir, if I consider the present situation, the chief issue which Ladakh is facing is actually its political identity. Ladakh for a long period has been demanding the statehood title and the protest is going on in this regard.
So, what is the solution? Suppose you are given mandate to find a solution to the Ladakh problem, then what will you suggest?
Sir,
and why?
I will suggest strengthening of the hill development councils which were set up in Ladakh in 1995. I think its strengthening would be the way forward for the time being, because statehood as of now is something which cannot be afforded to Ladakh considering its situation. So I think strengthening of hill development councils.
That is what you suggest.
Yes, sir.
Any job reservation for the locals you will promote?
Sir, it may be thought of, because Ladakh for a very long period of time has been economically backward when compared to rest of Jammu and Kashmir. In this regard, we may think of such reservation.
What is the meaning of Prasanjit?
Sir, the word Prasanjit is made up of 2 words, Prasan and Jeet. Prasan relates to delighted and Jeet relates to victory. So it means delighted victory.
Okay, so right now you are feeling the same?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can also feel that. Prasanjit? Prasanjit, when we visit Poonch area,
Yes, sir.
so there is a signboard. Welcome to Poonch. That is the Valley of 7 Lakes.
Yes, sir.
What are these 7 lakes?
Sir, there are lakes like Nandan sir, Sukh sir, Neel sir, Kaldachni sir, Katora sir, Bhag sir. Sir, I am able to recall only 6.
6. And what are 7? You have visited all these places?
Sir, no.
You have not visited
No,
these
sir.
places. Have you visited another tourist attractions in Poonch?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have visited LOC Trade Center in Poonch, which is known as Chakha Di Bagh, from where trade is conducted in the Pakistan region. Similarly, sir, I have visited Buddha Amarnath Ji's shrine, where every year there is actually a huge procession that takes place. I have also visited Gurudwara Nangali Sahib. These are some of the important
How
places.
this Buddha Amarnath temple is different from main temple, that is Amarnath temple? What is the difference between the two?
Sir, if we consider the name only, Buddha Amarnath, Buddha means somewhat old. It is believed that God Shiva actually started narrating Amar Katha to goddess Parvati at this place only, and then they started moving towards the Amarnath Ji's cave located at Anantnath.
Okay.
That is why, sir.
That's wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Prasanjit, when you talk about the economies of two very, very famous temples, one that is the Amarnath temple and second that is Vaishno Devi. Okay. Do you have any idea about their economies, how economically they are significant to GDP of Jammu and Kashmir?
Sir, if we consider both of these temples, Vaishno Devi temple and the Amarnath Ji shrine, both of them are very important for economy of Jammu and Kashmir. Many tourists from across the country visit these areas every year. And as such, when the tourist comes, they definitely will bring economic worth for the local people. Local people are able to sell their products to these tourists. Also, the hotel industry that will also flourish along with the transport industry, sir. And moreover, sir, it is not only the financial aspects. It is actually related to the values which these tourists will bring with them to this area. So, people of Jammu Kashmir are very benefited from these.
Okay, so that not only the economically, as you have just said, I think it's also a kind of leading to some sort of integration.
Yes, sir.
You have done zoology. There is just only one zoological park in the entire Jammu and Kashmir. Can you recollect the name?
Sorry, sir. I will look into it.
There are 5 national parks. Besides that,
Yes, sir.
name them.
Sir, we have Dachigam National Park. We have Kishtwar High Altitude National Park. We also have, sir, I will look
No
into
problem. Last question from you.
it. Yes, sir.
Because Prasanjit, you belong to Poonch area, and generally whenever we ask questions from persons living outside Jammu and Kashmir regarding the problems of Jammu and Kashmir and their solution. Now tell me, post 370 situation, scenario. Now what is the challenge? What are the 3 important challenges and how to solve them?
Sir, as a region, Jammu Kashmir is facing number of challenges. The first one definitely would be the challenge of extremism and radicalization seen in people. And I think, sir, soft, hybrid and hard approach together will help to solve this situation. The second thing, sir, is definitely the issue of connectivity. And I think better road construction would be the way in that regard. And sir, the third thing I would say is the limited economic development in Jammu Kashmir. We do not have much of the industries in Jammu and Kashmir. And as such, employment situation is not much good there. So I think by focusing on these, we will be able to have a very good picture for Jammu Kashmir.
So your selection in civil services will also boost the morale of girls in Jammu and Kashmir or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay, last objective kind of question. Whether do you want integration of Azad Jammu and Kashmir or not?
Sir, I will definitely say yes, but not for the time being.
So why not for the time being?
Sir, this is because of the fact that if we consider Jammu and Kashmir, particularly Kashmir region, people do not feel much secure about their integration with Jammu and Kashmir. If we will integrate POK region as of now, it may increase problems for India and the stability in Jammu and Kashmir region at large.
What kinds of problem? Just name 1 or 2.
Sir, internal stability would be an issue. Terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir would definitely be an issue, and the infiltration across the border would increase.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, tell me, if we look at the Jammu and Kashmir, and here as well as a student, what exactly is the fauna of Jammu and Kashmir, prominent features of fauna of Jammu and Kashmir which you would like to mention?
Sir, we in Jammu and Kashmir have a rich flora as well as fauna. If we consider fauna, we have a number of species in Jammu Kashmir. For example, sir, we have Hangul deer. We also have Himalayan brown bear. In addition to it, sir, we also have some species of teher and also a number of species of birds which are present in Jammu Kashmir.
And what is the prominent, as we say, the cornerstone species? Forget it. If you compare the fauna of Jammu and Kashmir with, say, the Eastern Himalayas fauna, what are the major difference you'll find?
So, if we consider Eastern Himalayas, particularly in the area of the northeast, if we consider, rainfall there is comparatively higher as compared to Jammu and Kashmir, and so we can expect that the animals which will live there will have adaptation to high humid conditions also, and also to higher rainfall.
Okay, you mentioned that you like education.
Yes, sir.
What are the NEP provisions that will have a greater bearing on Jammu and Kashmir?
Sir, National Education Policy 2020 has a number of provisions that would definitely affect and benefit not only Jammu Kashmir but also rest
Specific
of the
about
country.
Jammu Kashmir.
Sir, it has a provision for vernacular language promotion also, and in this regard many of the vernacular languages of Jammu and Kashmir like Pahari, Gojri, they would definitely be uplifted. In addition to it, sir, the people of Jammu and Kashmir, the students, they will be benefited since they will be instructed in their mother tongue. Also, sir, there has been a provision of vocational training also, and Jammu Kashmir people and Jammu Kashmir student would be benefited by this because they will be able to get better skills in this regard, starting from their very school age itself.
Fine, thank you.
So how many dialects are there in Jammu and Kashmir?
Sorry, sir.
You don't.
I will look into it.
Punchi dialect you use.
Yes, sir.
Could you please introduce yourself in Punchi?
मेरा नाम परसनजीत कौर है और मैं डिस्ट्रिक्ट पुंछ की रहने वाली हूँ और ये मेरा UPSC विच पहला अटेम्प्ट है. Yes, sir.
Punchi is almost kind of Hindi.
Yes, sir. Almost similar to it.
What are differences between Punchi and Khadi Hindi, Khadi Boli?
Sir, linguistically there have been some differences. Also, sir, when it comes to Punchi, we do not have any written text as such. It is more or less based on oral perception.
Oral perception. Is
Yes,
there
sir.
any script of Punchi?
No, sir.
Okay. You belongs to Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes, sir.
You came to Delhi. You are currently in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
So is there anything which appeals you that you have to take if something happens here in Delhi? You could have taken it to Jammu and Kashmir, or something which appeals to you from Jammu and Kashmir to take it to Delhi. Then what are those things?
Sir,
At least 2-3 things you should
okay,
tell.
sir. Sir, if I consider from Delhi to Jammu and Kashmir, definitely one would be the progressive thoughts which people have. The second would be slightly more degree of independence which a Delhiite enjoys as compared to what we have in Jammu and Kashmir. And the third one, I think, would be better prospects in terms of education, in terms of health in Delhi. From Jammu Kashmir, what I would like to bring here would be, the first thing would be better weather conditions.
Okay.
And the second thing, sir, I would say is somewhat calm and peace in the life, because in Delhi or in any big city, life is very complex as well as busy. So I think that is something.
You know about world's highest railway bridge?
Yes, sir.
Where it is situated?
Sir, it is under construction in Jammu and Kashmir in the region of Kishtwar. It will connect Kishtwar to that of Anantnag, and it is built over Chenab River. It is believed that it is about 30 meters taller than Eiffel Tower.
30 meter highest from Eiffel Tower.
It is believed.
How many commissionerate are in Jammu and Kashmir?
Sorry, sir.
Why Jammu and Kashmir is a point of discussion if we discuss between India and Pakistan?
Sir, there are many reasons for the same. The first one, starting from the historical perspective of the decision of Maharaja Hari Singh in this regard. The second thing, sir, is the dispute of the Indus water and its sharing between the two countries. And these are two major issues, sir.
Okay. If you compare Jammu with Kashmir Valley, I would say.
Yes, sir.
So what are the differences and what are similarities?
Sir, if I consider the differences first, the first one would be climatic. If we consider Jammu, we have a subtropical climate, but in Kashmir, there is a temperate region. The second thing, sir, I would say about the demography. In Jammu, we have a predominant Hindu population, but in Kashmir, we have a predominant Muslim population. The third thing, sir, I would say is regarding the tourist potential. Kashmir has a slightly more tourist potential as compared to Jammu, and many people actually visit that area as compared to the Jammu region if I consider. The fourth will be the internal security situation. In Kashmir, it is slightly more complex, or or we will say it is not that much normal as it's seen in the Jammu region.
Okay, if you have to compare demographic differences, if we see okay, Pakistan occupied Kashmir and our side Kashmir, could you compare
Sir,
these both?
yes, sir, definitely. Sir, if we consider Jammu and Kashmir, which is part of India, we have a demography that is more or less very similar to what was existing in 1947. But in the region of POK, which is under Pakistan control, in 1974, there was an order which was brought out by the Pakistani government, allowing people from rest of the country to buy land in that area. So there has been a major demographic change in POK region, but we in Jammu Kashmir have more or less the similar situation.
In POK, what kind of people are residing recently in general?
Sir, I think they are majorly followers of Islam.
Followers of Islam. Okay, if you have to give my last question, 5 major achievements of current central government.
Yes, sir. The first one, sir, I will say in the social sector. The first one, sir, would be the e-governance sector. We have massive improvement in that regard. The second one, sir, if I consider agriculture, we have the schemes like PM Kusum, which have brought massive benefits to our farmers. The third thing, sir, if I consider the area of the education, new education policy of 2020 is definitely a hallmark in that regard. The fourth thing, sir, if I consider international prospects, India has been broadening its ambit in that area also. At present, we are the chairman of G20. Also, we hold the seat in the SCO. So, that is another important area. And the fifth one I would be suggesting is the internal stability in the country, be it the Naxal hit region, be it the northeast, or be it the Jammu and Kashmir. Situation is improving as compared to what it had been traditionally. So I think so these are some of the major achievements.
Thank you.
What do you feel is good for the region, that is Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh region, or for its development, whether having good relationship with Pakistan or the way the things stand right now?
I think progress can take place only in a peaceful environment, and similar will be the situation in Jammu Kashmir. If Jammu Kashmir wants to progress, then definitely there is a need of peaceful environment with Pakistan. Unless and until we have that peace, there would be infiltrations, there would be problems, and I cannot think
then
of...
why isn't government paying heed to this aspect? Because having this cold relation is not helping anybody. It's just that we are taking a grandstanding on the issue of certain things, that unless the Pakistan doesn't nudge, we won't be going forward and be in the conversation with them. Ultimately, the losses of India and in the long run. So why isn't government trying anything from its end?
Ma'am, government is trying everything and it is engaging in talks with Pakistan. We also have some smart border defense installments across Jammu and Kashmir. But ma'am, this is actually a historic issue and it will take time to settle. Moreover, in Pakistan, ma'am, we do not have only elected government. We also have a military which actually controls the major affairs of the state. So I think, ma'am, it will take time to settle, but government is taking its due.
Thank you, President.